we are building something a little different today again. This is the Fun Hole wood cabin set. This set is made up with 2,097 pieces and no minifigures. A huge thank you to Fun Hole for sending this set to me for review. Fun Hole is a building brick brand specializing in building sets with built-in LED light at very affordable prices. The LED light comes in the set is dedicated for this set with lighting bricks in specific part of the build, such as the lamps on the portrait, the lamp and fireplace inside the cabin, etc. So it is a bit more complicated and sophisticated than a simple LED light strip. If you're interested in purchasing the set, I will leave the Amazon product link in the description section along with an exclusive discount code for my viewers. Let's now open the box and see what it looks like inside. This set is made up with 37 bags of bricks separated into 7 different building stages, 2 base plates, 9 bags of lighting bricks, and 1 instructions book. 2,000 plus pieces is a huge set, so I will be presenting the speed build part of the video in stop motion mode, and after that we can have a look at the details together. Let's build. This is the completed Fun Hole wood cabin set. Doesn't it look amazing? It comes with a built-in LED lighting kit. So we've got lights in dedicated areas of the build. So you can see these little torch lights near the wood fire storage. We've got the light bulb under the lamp. Some great lighting indoors, including the kitchen light and a little red light inside the fireplace and a lamp in the upstairs bedroom. There should be 2 more lights just under the upstairs window, but I couldn't get them to work, so I think I might have installed something incorrectly. So please leave a comment below if you've experienced the same issue and knows how to fix it. The lighting switch is all underneath the house in the basement. You have to be a bit careful moving this bit so you don't pull all the wires apart. It's all hiding here. Other than the lighting control box, we've got some crates with fruit and veggie storage in the basement. You can see the lamp upstairs pretty clearly if I remove these 2 little windows. Annoyingly, my bulbs here just don't work. Before we go into the details of the build, I want to show you the instructions book. The paper quality is quite good. It's very nice, thick paper. Overall, I think it's pretty easy to follow, but if I have to be picky, I think the color difference between different shades of brown are a little too close on the instructions book. For example, these are 3 shades of brown. This one is obviously a lighter, but these two, I think it's a bit hard to tell. You have to look at them pretty closely to differentiate them. However, the color difference with the actual bricks are actually quite obvious. So that made this part of the build a little bit confusing. Other than that, a well-printed instructions book. I'll get to the experience with the lighting kit a little bit later. The building of this set, I'll say, is relatively smooth. The bricks are fairly good quality generally. There are a few minor issues I would like to point out though. The very first thing I've noticed is this large base plate. I'm not sure what it is, but it's very tight. It's very obvious when you try to apply a bigger piece onto the base plate. For example, pieces like this that covers a large area. When you try to attach it to this large green base plate, it's very difficult. It's super tight. You almost need a little hammer to squeeze them together. So it took a bit of effort for me to put these large pieces together. So the first step, setting up the base, probably took a little bit longer than I expected because of that reason. The rest of the bricks don't have that same tightness issue, which is great. Otherwise, it would make the whole building experience relatively frustrating, I think. Most of the pattern, if not all, in the set are stickers. The stickers are quite different to Lego sticker sets. They are like this. So it's a bit like a transfer sticker, like those tattoo stickers. There are pros and cons with this concept. I think because the outline of it is so precise, it does look a bit better than applying a large sheet over a tile, which can create some color difference. So this precise outline sticker, in a way, makes it look more like a print. However, the bad thing about it is that you cannot reapply these. I've made a mistake with a couple of them and it's not possible to remove it and reapply. Once it's on, you're committed. You will basically rip it apart if you try to take it off. That's probably the biggest downside with this type of stickers. Let's now have a look at the external appearance of this wood cabin. Beautiful colors, very vintage, retro look, great color combination. It has that really rustic look making up the roof, as well as this grayish tone leaves on top of the roof. I think it merges in very well and goes with the color theme very well. We've got a lovely little courtyard at the front with some flowers and plants, making it look quite full and busy. If we didn't fill up all this space with the leaf bricks, I think it's also a nice space to put some little chairs and tables. It's a pretty generous space. Lovely little firewood storage. There are patterns on each firewood. And of course we have the beautiful torch lights next to the storage. On this side of the house, we've got a grand tree. It's stacked up quite tall, but without any supporting pole in the middle, so it's a little bit fragile. You don't want to move it around too much. It looks really good though. Each branch can be adjusted so you can twist the tree into the shape you want it to look like. Love the wooden fence here with a lonely sheep, just one sheep in the courtyard with the very cute cartoony large eyes. Love the little chimney and this dedicated lighting kit just under the lamp. A lot less details on this side. We've pretty much just got a few garden tools clipped onto the side of the building. The door of our wood cabin opens inwards and we've got 2 more lamps next to the windows at the front, which are also dedicated lighting bricks. We've got little windows at the front, but they're not large panels, so you can't really see into the details of the house too much looking through these windows. However, we can turn the whole building around and we get a pretty good view of the inside, especially the downstairs part of the build. Quite a lot of details in the kitchen. We've got jars and bottles on the wall shelf, a clock, coat hanger, dining table, a bottle and a hot dog on the dining table. Very unique brick there, and all the other kitchen essentials including oven, sink and stove. Definitely a nice little cottage kitchen we've got. The chairs under the dining table are not slotted in. Well, they're slotted under the table, but it's not secured on the base plate, as well as this rocking chair in the living room. It's not secured onto anything as well. But we've got a lovely resting area here with the bookshelf, a couch, and a beautiful fireplace. Further into the house, not too much more details. We've got a ladder that leads up to the attic and another entrance that lets you access the basement. The attic is definitely a bit hard to see, so I'll remove the whole roof piece, which is really just placed onto the building. So I can easily remove these. Let's have a look at it. Lovely little bedroom here. Got a large comfy bed with a side table, dedicated lighting brick on the bedside table, also a desk with a lamp on it. That's also a lighting brick. Not a huge area we have upstairs. There we go, our fun hole wood cabin set. I love the built-in lighting kit. It's so sophisticated, adds so much to the build. You don't need a lot, it's a cottage. It doesn't need to be super bright. Just a little bit of lights here and there adds a lot of life to this build. Lighting kit, however, is hard to install though. First time I've installed a proper lighting kit like this, so this build took me a lot longer than usual builds, and a large amount of time is wiring these lighting kits and make sure they're hidden as much as possible and secured in place where I can. You can see some cables running down here though. I'm sure I can do a better job hiding these cables, but it has to go through somewhere. I'm happy with the way it is, and the design of putting the battery box in the basement is clever, hiding it very well. A great use of this space to hide the battery box, and also makes it not too hard to access. Most of the time we can just turn it off to save some battery power. I think it's very good value for money, a great idea for a set to include lighting kit, which is what fun hole sets do. So check it out if you want to have a lit up kit without spending too much extra money. There definitely are rooms for improvement, a few little details I feel like can be worked on. But overall, I really enjoyed building this set. Again, if you're interested in purchasing the set, I've left the purchase links in the description section below with an exclusive discount code for my viewers. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time.